year is unknown. The city, forgotten. Stone towers reach toward a sun that no longer shines. Beneath layers of dust and jungle, a language sleeps, carved into walls no one alive can read. Who built this place? And why did they vanish? Across every continent, from the deserts of Africa to the mountains of Asia, stories whisper of entire civilizations, gone, without a trace. No battles, no records, just silence. Some say time took them, others believe something else did. Tonight, we unearth the worlds that disappeared, and the secrets they tried to. Beneath the scorching plains of Pakistan and India lies a city that once pulsed with life. Harappa, Mohenjo-Daro, the heart of the Indus Valley civilization. Streets aligned with precision, brick houses with running water, a drainage system more advanced than cities built thousands of years later. And then it ended. No battle scars, no mass graves, no fire, just an entire people gone. Archaeologists unearthed toys, jewelry, and half-written tablets, as if the residents simply walked away one day and never returned. Some believe a massive drought turned their rivers to dust. Others whisper of a shifting earth, floods swallowing their cities whole. But there are no records, no farewell carvings, no stories of survival. It's as if the Indus simply vanished, leaving behind the blueprint of a forgotten perfection. Could this have been the first warning? That even the most advanced civilization can be erased in silence? The camera fades into the jungle canopy, a whisper of wind, a shift in tone, leading into the next mystery. But the Indus weren't the only ones to disappear. Deep in the jungles of Central America, another empire met the same fate. Deep within the rainforests of Central America lie the bones of an empire, vast cities of stone, once alive with laughter, rituals, and the echo of drums. The Maya, masters of astronomy, builders of pyramids that touched the heavens. For centuries, they charted the stars and ruled a land of endless green. But then, the jungle took them back. Cities once home to tens of thousands were devoured by vines and silence. Palaces collapsed beneath the roots of trees. No great war, no invading army, only disappearance. What could drive an entire civilization to abandon its temples, its gods, its sky? Some say drought, others speak of rebellion, famine, or prophecy. Yet, no single answer survives. The jungle hides its secrets well. Even now, explorers uncover new cities, massive, untouched, unseen by human eyes for 1,000 years. The Maya didn't fade into legend. They were swallowed whole by the earth itself. Could the same fate await us when the land reclaims what we've built? Beautiful choice. We'll keep the same cinematic, haunting tone, letting every line breathe with quiet power and mystery. The pacing will feel like a slow camera drifting through time, steady, atmospheric, and emotional. Hidden within the misted jungles of Cambodia stands a city built to rival heaven itself, Angkor, a place where stone met sky, and kings ruled with divine right, temples carved in perfection, waterways engineered with impossible precision. The Khmer Empire, vast, powerful, eternal. Or so they believed. Then, silence. The canals ran dry. The gods stopped speaking. The jungle crept closer. One by one, cities emptied. Towers collapsed. The empire that once controlled half of Southeast Asia vanished. Not with war, but with water. Scholars say drought and flooding destroyed their intricate systems. Others believe the fall began from within. A kingdom stretched too thin, its greatness collapsing under its own weight. Today, Angkor's stones still stand, cracked, faded, reclaimed by roots. You can walk through its empty corridors and feel the air hum with memory, the echo of a world that refused to last forever. Was it nature that ended the Khmer, or time itself collecting what it was owed? Mini cliffhanger transition. But while Angkor was reclaimed by the jungle, another island would suffer a different fate. A people who carved giants from stone, only to vanish beneath their gaze. In the middle of the vast Pacific Ocean lies a lonely island, small, isolated, almost forgotten. Yet upon its cliffs stand hundreds of stone giants, staring endlessly at the horizon. Rapa Nui. To the world, It is Easter Island, a place of wonder, mystery, and silence. The people who once lived here carved these colossal statues, the moai, each weighing tons, each bearing the face of their ancestors. But one day, the chisels stopped, the fires went out, the people vanished. What happened to them? Some believe they destroyed their own world, cutting down every tree, using every resource, until the land itself turned against them. Others whisper that famine and civil war tore the island apart. And so, the moai remain, silent witnesses to a people who disappeared beneath their own creations. When the last tree fell, did they know it was the end? Or did they believe, even then, that the sea would one day return them home? But while Rapa Nui's fate was sealed by isolation, another civilization vanished in a storm so vast it became a myth, a legend whispered across centuries. They say it sank in a single night, a city of gold and marble, towers that touched the clouds, gardens that floated upon endless seas. Atlantis, the jewel of the ancient world. Some call it legend, others a forgotten truth buried beneath the ocean floor. The philosopher Plato wrote of it, a mighty civilization, blessed with wisdom and power, until pride consumed it. And then, the sea rose. In one great storm, Atlantis disappeared, not a stone left behind. For centuries, explorers have searched, scanning the ocean's depths, chasing whispers near the Azores, the Mediterranean, even Antarctica. Some claim to have found traces, ruins beneath the waves, patterns too perfect to be natural. But proof always fades like foam on water. Perhaps Atlantis never existed, or perhaps it existed in a time the Earth itself has chosen to forget, because sometimes myths are just memories too old for history to remember. Carved into the red cliffs of Jordan lies a city that glows like fire at sunset. Its name is Petra, the Rose City. Once, it was a gateway of trade and culture, a place where caravans from Arabia, Egypt, and Rome all met beneath the burning sky. The Nabateans built it from stone itself, temples, tombs, and streets cut straight into the mountains. Then it fell silent. No war, no plague, only the slow breath of sand filling its halls. As trade routes shifted and earthquakes struck, Petra was abandoned, forgotten by time, buried by the desert it once ruled. For centuries, it slept, hidden from the world, its beauty fading into myth, until a traveler stumbled upon it in the 1800s, and the Rose City awoke once more. Today, the wind still moves through its empty gates, like a sigh from the past, a reminder that even the most beautiful creations can vanish without a trace. Now, we descend to the oldest mystery of all, long before the pyramids, long before writing or cities. In the hills of Turkey, an ancient temple sleeps beneath the soil, Göbekli Tepe. It was built more than 11,000 years ago, before humans were supposed to know how to build at all. Massive stone pillars stand in circles, carved with animals, symbols, and secrets no one can read. There are no signs of houses nearby, no trace of daily life, only this sacred place, raised by hands that history has forgotten. When it was found, it rewrote what we thought we knew about civilization itself. Who built it? How did they move stones weighing tons, with no tools, no wheels, no cities? And then, even stranger, one day, they buried it, carefully, deliberately, as if hiding it from someone or something. Göbekli Tepe is a mystery carved in silence, a message left by a people who shouldn't have existed, yet did. Perhaps it wasn't the first civilization, but Göbekli Tepe wasn't the only place to defy time. Across the world, another city would rise in the clouds and disappear just as suddenly. High in the Andes, where the air thins and the clouds kiss the peaks, lies a city built for the gods. Machu Picchu, the jewel of the Inca Empire. Terraces carved into the mountainside, temples aligned perfectly with the stars. A civilization that understood the sky as deeply as it did the stone. But when the Spanish arrived, they found nothing. The empire had vanished. Its cities stood empty. Its roads stretched for miles with no footsteps left to follow. Some believe disease or conquest erased them. Others say the Incas simply withdrew, fading into the forest to protect what could not be conquered. Machu Picchu remained untouched for centuries, hidden by mist and mountain until the world rediscovered it. Even now, no one knows why it was built or why it was abandoned. Perhaps it wasn't a city at all, but a monument, a final offering to the heavens before the Inca disappeared into them. But while the Inca left their mark in stone, another civilization vanished without leaving a single trace. No temples, no bones, only whispers of a kingdom lost to fire and legend. On the island of Crete, surrounded by the blue shimmer of the Aegean, once stood a world of grace and beauty. The Minoans, sailors, artists, dreamers of the ancient seas. Their cities glistened with painted walls and marble floors. They traded with Egypt, danced with the tides, and worshipped gods of the bull and moon. And then, silence. One eruption. A mountain tore itself apart on the nearby island of Thera, now called Santorini. Fire, ash, and waves higher than temples swept across the sea. The Minoans vanished. Some say the eruption destroyed them in an instant. Others believe famine and chaos followed, until their empire fell to ruin. But even now, fragments remain. Delicate frescoes, clay jars, pieces of a world that once danced on the edge of the gods. The Minoans were not just lost, they were erased. And in their disappearance, some hear the first whispers of Atlantis. In the far north, where the world turns white and the wind speaks in whispers, the Norse once built a home among the ice. Greenland, a land of frost and promise. For centuries they thrived here. Stone churches rose against the snow. Cattle grazed on green valleys during brief summers. They traded ivory and wool, sending ships across the sea to Europe. And then they were gone. When later explorers arrived, they found empty farms, collapsed roofs, and graves covered in permafrost. What happened? Some say climate change froze their crops. Others whisper of famine, plague, or raids from the sea. But there are no records, no cries for help, only the quiet sound of the wind through ruins. The Norse vanished into the snow, leaving nothing but stones and silence. Maybe they sailed away, chasing a new dawn. Or maybe the ice simply kept them. 10 civilizations, 10 disappearances, each swallowed by earth, water, fire, or time itself. But what if they weren't truly lost? From stone to sea, from jungle to ice, the earth remembers everything. The Indus vanished into dust. The Maya were swallowed by green. The Khmer drowned in rain. The Minoans in fire. Atlantis sank. Petra crumbled. The Inca drifted into clouds. One by one, the lights of the ancient world went out. But maybe they didn't vanish. Maybe time simply folded over them, sealing their stories away until we are ready to understand. Every ruin is a heartbeat. Every buried city, a whisper that refuses to die. And sometimes, when the wind moves just right, or the waves pull back for a moment, you can almost hear them. The sound of the ones who came before, the ones who built, dreamed, and disappeared. What if we are only the latest chapter in a story the earth keeps rewriting? And when our time comes, when our cities fade and our lights go dark,